Hey everybody, we're coming to you live right now from the famous Dark Horse recording studio in Franklin, Tennessee. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I kind of helped you get the band together.
You did, yeah.
We got the band together. Gosh, when did we actually start? Was this like 2020? Like officially start like
2024, late 2023, 2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
Late 23.
Because I was working at Sam Ash Music, R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Sam
yes.
Ash.
And you came up out of the blue. I think you were selling something.
I was selling all kind of things.
But you always came to me, and I always joked about it because I was like, "Oh, everyone comes to me." Because I always have to. Yeah. And there's a lot of, and there's a lot of paperwork involved.
Oh yeah.
With that, but we were just talking. You're like, you said, I'm just going on tour with the Lax. This would have been 2023.
2023, end of 2022. Actually, I quit my job in 2022.
Yeah. So you're on tour, and I had said, oh, that was one of the bands that I had opened up for.
Right,
Michigan. It was in Flint, Michigan. And you're like, is it the Machine Shop?
Yeah.
Because you said you were going to play there. And all of a sudden, we were just like talking back and forth about how, you're playing at same places I had played at. And it turned out that you were just doing acoustic, and you're like, hey, I need a band at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm a drummer. Let's do this thing. So we just ended up finding... I found a guitarist who was working at Sam Ash at the time.
Yeah.
He knew you too, I believe. You knew his.
No, they knew me. I didn't know him. They knew me.
You knew his fiance at the time.
Yes,
because she was working at Boot Barn, right?
And she had been, I think, at a show seeing another guitar player that used to play with me at the times. How I met him. Shelby.
Was it Shelby?
Shelby, Shelby from Westmoreland. He lives in Westmoreland.
Yeah, so we ended up, we did a lot, like, we kind of waited until you were done with the tour, but it was still, like, it was a long process to finally, at first, we didn't have a bassist, because you were just doing backing tracks for bass, and then we ended up getting our current bassist, Tyler, to join in for, I think he kind of randomly came in during a rehearsal. Yeah, because we were rehearsing at his place, and then we just kind of started learning the originals.
6 songs, yep.
Yeah, I think you gave me like the 6 songs.
It was 7 originals and then like 1 or 2 covers. We had a gig. Yeah. First gig was at Eddie's Attic, so we got lead type for Eddie's Attic.
If no one knows who that's in Decatur,
Georgia.
It's technically they say Atlanta, but it's Decatur.
It's a listening room. We did not know it was a listening room where you're not allowed to talk.
Yeah.
My fans do everything but listen.
Yeah.
They listen in their own way. Well, they just get wild.
Luckily, they kept the biggest ones there, the biggest fans.
They kicked half the people out before we went on.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun place. The one thing I didn't like, because being a drummer, you got to walk up the 3 flights of stairs to get to the stage because it's above a Waffle House.
I remember me and one guy, there was a handicapped gentleman in a wheelchair. Me and the opener... I said, he goes, how are we going to get up? I said, we're going to pick him up. And we picked him and the wheelchair, carried this guy all the way up the stairs. This dude's wife's freaking out.
Yeah.
She's like, don't drop my husband.
I think I remember that.
Like no leg, he had broke legs, something. He was in a wheelchair. We carried him up there, man.
I think we played with Trax. That was our first show together. We played with Trax that night. And if I remember correctly, if you listen, you can tell we were tight. Tight as in like we couldn't really like go all out or anything because we were so worried about playing. We didn't have the chemistry.
Trax is where it's at nowadays. I love Trax.
Our EP release was solid.
Oh yeah,
because we had the chemistry. We already knew how to play with the click and the track.
Big
together.
Stage, big crowds, almost sold out.
You did on camera it sold out. On camera it sold out. So. And they were standing room because they were standing on the walls too.
So
it was a good open. Well, Eddie's Attic was one of those. I'm glad that we used that as our kind of practice because we were able to then work out the kinks for when we were doing bigger shows. But that's kind of how we started. Was I guess we just had to thank Sam Ash for that one because you came back.
Yep.
I think you're selling some stuff because your buddy Drew was with you the
Drew
second
was
time.
Yep, Drew.
And that was when
Southwind.
Yeah. Well, that was when
Southwind.
you came back and you're like, hey, I'm really starting to get this band. I was like, well, let's go, let's do this. So we really put it to the test. We are very lucky to have Brian to have a rehearsal space when we couldn't do it at Tyler's anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's overall just really good. A lot of fun. Hopefully we're in this for the long ride.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, absolutely.
The long ride. Like, you're going to have gray beard by the time you're finally in the country.
Oh, I'm probably will.
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be one of those where you're going to, your last show where you're just barely standing up, it's going to be right.
David Allen Coe looked like that his last few shows, wasn't he? He was getting over there. I seen shows David Allen Coe, like and Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Still standing up.
Still doing it. Well, I mean, if you're going to outside the country, the Rolling Stones, those guys are almost pushing 80 and they're still playing.
Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah. Same thing. So
guys still jamming out.
I think that overall, you found the right group of people.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a reason why we're all trying to. It's not just all of us trying to make it. We're literally like pushing you forward. Oh, yeah. So we'll get there eventually.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. Full bands again.
Patience is a
Patience
virtue.
is a virtue.
Yeah. I don't like that saying.
I hate that saying.
I like the other saying where it's my money and I need it now. I kind of like that better.
Yeah.
So